Sonic 1 wasn't so much a great introduction to the series, but it did set the foundation for many 2D Sonic games. Sonic 2 was a huge improvement over the first one, but could have used some fine-tuning in the final acts of the game, the special stages, and the significance of the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic CD had an interesting change of gameplay from time traveling, and the special stages are a nice change of pace, but frustrating level designs that make getting the good ending a bit of a struggle. Pray that things turn out better from here on out. In 1994, Sega wanted to go big for their next American Sonic game, and big it did. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 began its development a year earlier in 1993 with the help from development team STI returning from the project after the success of Sonic 2. Going bigger means more levels, new game features, and in the form of a new major Sonic character in the series, Knuckles the Echidna. However, going big also comes at a cost as it became too expensive in terms of cartridge costs, and Sonic 3 was split into two. And they gotta get the McDonald's contract to sell their toys at the same time. Oh no!
There's even this sweepstakes thing, where 10,000 lucky folks will win free Sonic 3 cartridges. So if you're still looking for Sonic and his friends,
I need to report a missing hedgehog.
Take the kids to McDonald's, where what you want is what you get.
Thus, the second half of Sonic 3 will be split to become Sonic and Knuckles. The full experience of Sonic 3 can be done thanks to the one-time use of lock-on technology used within the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge. I covered how it works in my Sonic 2 game video, where if you attach that to the game, you can play as Knuckles. And if you attach that to Sonic 1 or any other Genesis cartridge, you can play an assload of blue sphere levels that will last you to the day you die. So yeah, the true experience of Sonic 3 and Knuckles is having them attached together, which is what I'll be looking over for this video. I'll also be showing off some footage of Sonic 3 through Sonic Origins just to give you a sneak peek of what I'll be quickly looking over. Oh look, it's the pot at the end of the rainbow. So without further ado, salutations people of the internet, welcome to the database. And in this video, we'll be looking at probably my favorite 2D Sonic game in this series, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I blame the internet.
With meme! Approved!
I know that I reviewed Sonic 2 first and then CD, even though Sega confirmed CD came first before 2 chronologically, but at this point,
I don't care.
So, after Sonic stopped Eggman from launching his pet project back in Sonic 2, the Death Egg ended up on Angel Island, home of the Master Emerald and Guardian, Knuckles. He teams up with Eggman after Robotnik dupes Knucks into thinking Sonic and Tails are coming to steal the Master Emerald. Thus, Sonic and Tails head towards Angel Island, retrieve the 7 Chaos Emeralds back after Knuckles one-punched them out of Sonic, and stop Eggman once again from jumpstarting the Death Egg, this time with the power of the Master Emerald. Knuckles would eventually come to realize Eggman's master plan and joins a Bluebird and Fox duo for the final act. And after the events of Sonic's story, Knuckles gets attacked by an egg robo and comes across a Mecha Sonic, who's been absorbing powers from the Master Emerald. More on that later. For now, let's get into the stages. This is gonna be a long one. So since the game was split into 2 back in the day, the stage count for Sonic 3 has been doubled. The Sonic 3 half of the game has a total of 6 zones, while the Sonic and Knuckles half has a total of a proper 7 zones. 2 of those 7 being 1-act stages, and this game introduces us to an exclusive stage for Super Sonic, the Doomsday Zone, where the final boss fight commences, giving us a total of 14 zones, the largest amount in 2D Sonic history. First up, Angel Island Zone, and this is a very cinematic-like opening, making this stage iconic. From Knuckles' first introduction to this series punching the Chaos Emeralds out of Sonic, to mid-level transition of having the island burst into flames, and Eggman chasing Sonic and Tails down with falling bombs, this was an explosive first impression. This is where I get to introduce some of the new stuff added here in this game. First, the access of special stages. I love how the special stages are implemented here in this game, seeing that this is emphasizing rewarding exploration, and no worries of the player's ring count. All you gotta do is find a giant ring in a secret area. The special stages here are called Blue Sphere, and getting the emeralds here are way easier than special stages in Sonic 2 and CD. Collect the blue balls and avoid the red one. Simple and easy to understand. As the special stages continue on, the stage also gets a lot faster, as well as the music. You can also collect rings if you're skilled enough to earn scores such as bonus points and continues. I managed to gather all of them by the game's 3rd zone, but I'm pretty sure you can gather all of them as early as the 1st zone if you know where to look. Hey, get back there. Since the special stages are relegated to giant-ass rings, checkpoints are now relegated to optional bonus stages. 3 of them in fact. One of them is based off gambling, no surprise there. The other one is a gashapon machine, and the other one is a getting to the top minigame as you collect rings, 1-ups, and a new and improved set of elemental shields. Don't worry, we'll get to the stages in a bit. I just need something to transition to. Gone with the 1 shield seen in 1, 2, and CD, and now we introduce 3 new shields that have elemental benefits and special abilities, only activated by Sonic. Fire Shield gives you fire protection and lets you boost in midair. Water Shield lets you breathe underwater and lets you bounce and ground pound. And the Electric Shield collects all the rings around you and lets you double jump. These shields feel very satisfying to find and get, because each one feels very significant to one another in every zone and act. Okay, now we can continue. Hydrocity, Hydrocity, Tomato. This is next. And this is the best water level out of all the classics. Platforming here is faster than ever, the water slowdown is never a threat, and finding secrets here are very satisfying. The mid-boss here is kinda frustrating seeing as there was hard to find an opening here, but it gets the job done. Marble Garden Zone. This stage is known for those spinning tops that can be levitated holding left and right. The boss is also unique for having no platform and having to rely on tails to get closer to Eggman. Carnival Night Zone. So we finally meet our casino quota here, and this was a fun stage too. This zone is infamously known for those spinning barrels that people had a hard time figuring out. Just push up and down on the barrel and you'll be fine. There's nothing to cry about. Ice Cap Zone is next, and you know what? I want to point something out. You might have noticed a familiar tune playing as the background music for Carnival Night and Ice Cap Zone. That's because Sega got the opportunity to work with Michael Jackson for the soundtrack. And for these zones, they use familiar tunes from 2 of MJ's songs, Bad and Smooth Criminal, as template. Unfortunately, due to the allegations and scandals involving the King of Pop, getting licenses for these soundtracks was a bit complicated. Hence why the game barely got a re-release until Sonic Origins, at least not as common as Sonic 1 and 2. So for Sonic Origins, Sega had to create new soundtrack for those zones. Mainly new arrangements came from the obscure PC ports of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Dad and MJ didn't like how the music sounded on the Sega Genesis, hence why he's not credited, but I'll just leave it at that.
A shortcut to the chum bucket. That must be for me. This isn't the chum bucket.
Next to the last zone of the game if you're playing just Sonic 3 separately, Launch Base Zone. It's a race to stop Eggman from launching the Death Egg once again, and this time he has a few tricks up his sleeve. Multiple phases in this second act boss fight here, with the first 2 phases being just easy to get by. One fallen Knuckles later and we meet Big Arms, the final boss of just Sonic 3. Though in the original 3 and Knuckles you don't get this boss and head straight into the next zone. But if you're playing the Angel Island Revisit version or in Sonic Origins and have Big Arms enabled, you're in luck. Next to the Death Egg robot, this contraption is just as iconic, mainly with its dark and gloomy atmosphere, music, and robot design. After that, the Death Egg crashes back into Angel Island again, and we are now at the halfway point of the game and reach the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the journey. Next is Mushroom Hill Zone, the first stage in Sonic and Knuckles separately and the 7th stage in 3 and Knuckles. As memorable as this stage is, this feels kinda hard for a first stage, but nothing too hard for newcomers. Hey, side note, if Knuckles' hair is based off of Rastafarians and some Rastafarians are known for smoke and toke, aka weed, would that same apply to mushrooms per se? Nah, it's too far-fetched. One cutscene of Knuckles sneaking to the zone, and if you manage to gather all the Chaos Emeralds by this point, you are greeted with a rainbow flashing giant ring and 7 brand new giant super emeralds right along the Master Emerald and Hidden Palette Zone, the cut stage from Sonic 2. That means we have 7 new emeralds to collect, new blue spur stages, and a new super form in the shape of Hypersonic, who now has granted the ability to screen nuke enemies around him. Tails and Knuckles also get super forms after collecting these, and not so much within the normal emerald for some reason. But hey, at least they get to use their super forms in Sonic Origins. Up next is another favorite of mine, Flying Battery Zone. The music here is awesome, and the setting is something I like as well. Now why would Eggman build his mini-boss that designed to hit himself is stupid. Same goes with his own contraption, swinging to his opponent, leaving him open for attack. That's also stupid, but don't worry, the rest of the stage is fun, trust me. Sandopolis Zone, everyone's least favorite Sonic stage next to Labyrinth Zone, and I can see why. There are many slow sections here, and the second act is the worst of it. This is where you must push these levers to open certain areas and have to keep track of a light switch to scare off the ghost away. This is a very pace breaker stage. And the mini boss here is also dumb. You don't exactly hit him 6 times, instead you guide him to this quicksand. Great plan, Egghead. Lava Reef Zone is next, and here's where we see the face of the Death Egg ready to relaunch once again. I love this transition between Act 1 and 2 where we see the lava cool down and turns everything to blue. It's really cool and beautiful. And this zone transitions nicely into the next one of 2 one-act stages, Hidden Path Zone. Here we settle things mano a mano against Knuckles in a very short and easy fight. And it's revealed that Knuckles had been duped by Eggman as he steals a Master Emerald from Knux. Fun fact, during the fight against Knuckles, there's this mural behind them that illustrates Super Sonic standing toe to toe against a large entity, foreshadowing the final fight against Eggman in Doomsday Zone. And now, for the other one-act zone, Sky Sanctuary Zone. With the help of a defeated Knuckles, it's here we see the Death Egg rising once again, and it's here where we see Mecha Sonic for the first time in the story. These fights with Mecha Sonic consist of nice callbacks to boss fights from Sonic 1 and 2, one from Green Hill and one from Metropolis Zone respectively. After defeating Mecha Sonic, Sonic and Tails ran up to the last traditional stage in the game, the Death Egg Zone. Yep, it's an actual stage now, and not just a boss stage. This elevator, This belt elevator section was slow but nerve-wracking to not get hit as the missiles shoot at you. That was a hard sentence to say. Not to mention this section here that pings you back and forward. This was really annoying. Though if you ask me, this does feel like a grand finale of the classic era of Sonic games as you invade Eggman's metallic fortress. So now, the final boss fights. If you haven't collected the Chaos Emeralds or if you're playing as Tails, this giant Death Egg robot is your final boss. For Knuckles, it was the Golden Mecha Sonic, made from the powers of the Master Emerald. After defeating what I like to call Death Egg Robot Mark II in the Sonic campaign, Sonic turns super or hyper and chases the Talking Egg in Doomsday Zone, where we see the prophecy from Hidden Path Zone, Miro, being fulfilled. You dodge some asteroids and guide the launching missiles back at Eggman, and once that's done, the Master Emerald is saved and returned to Knuckles in Angel Islands. The Death Egg is destroyed, and that was it for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now let's look at the gameplay aspects of Sonic 3. For starters, the playable character count rose to 3 with 4 options to go through. Sonic and Tails, Sonic himself, Tails himself, and Knuckles. I'm sorry, that was unintentional. With the introduction of new shields, Sonic has now been given the ability in the form of an Insta-Shield. This ability becomes a bit useful when it comes to hard boss fights and most hazardous badniks. Tails can now be a properly playable character, as players can now activate his Flying ability at any time. This can be also done when Sonic and Tails are together by pushing up on the D-pad and pressing the jump button twice. This flying technique makes exploring for those giant rings and looking for other goodies like shields and 1-ups a breeze, and I like it. Knuckles can glide by pressing the jump button twice. However, this ability is at a cost of a shortened jump height. His game campaign is also harder than Sonic and Tails, mostly because he goes through the stage layouts that are only catered to him and his glide ability. That and some of his boss fights are also harder and have slight different attack patterns. Neither Tails or Knuckles can use the extra shield abilities here, which is fine, seeing as they have abilities of their own. Okay, so off script, I know I said earlier that I've been using footage from Sonic Origins, which as of recording and as of making of the video, the game is still relatively new, which could lead to some spoilers if you really care about that. But here's the thing, I tried recording footage from 3 Knuckles Angel Island Revisit HD Remake on at least the OBS, but every time I try to record footage on the OBS, the game starts to lag, especially inputs, and when I try to export it out of MP4, the game either lags or doesn't render properly, so yeah. I'll let you decide if it's cheating to use footage from Sonic Origins. It's all I had.
Sonic 3 for 34 megs of power, new worlds and surprise endings. Sonic and Knuckles with lock-on technology, only on Sega Genesis. Sonic and Knuckles, other game cartridges, and Sega Genesis each sold separately.
And that was Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This game is the best 2D classic Sonic game, no doubt. This game has the best visual storytelling out there, where we see Knuckles being introduced as the bully rival of Sonic and Eggman's lackey to one of Sonic's closest allies, and strongest in that. I love how all the zones here feel very interconnected as well, seeing that most of the stages have transitional sections that bring you to the next zone, which makes the levels feel like a large adventure for say. It's like we're exploring every corner of Angel Island. Maybe that's the case. I'd argue that the soundtrack for this game is the Genesis at its peak. Hearing different chip tunes that form a melody that is unique and memorable is something that can be heard throughout the entire game. A lot of my non-vocal Sonic track came from this game, and other tracks that are also my favorites like Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Unleashed. Especially Sonic Unleashed. Another day. 2 more titles to go, and you know what? I'll be holding off from Sonic Mania for a bit. I'll be saving that one for an anniversary date for say. I know Sonic Origins is relatively new as I'm making of the video, so I'll be doing a quick review of that. But for the time being, I'll be finally taking time off from making Sonic videos after Sonic Origin, and maybe do more other stuff for this channel. I got ideas of bringing back old video ideas prior to making these database episodes back in production, and new ideas that would help get the channel out there for the time being. With that said, what other games do you want me to look over for this channel? Let me know in the comments down below. Thumbs up this video if you like it, subscribe to the database, and follow me on social media as seen above. This is CJ Styles, signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.
Rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles.